You've got multiple books on Amazon, right? Which is amazing to me because I've been trying to write one book for a year and it's impossible. And like you've got all these things, but you do this primarily to get discovered, correct? You write, it's almost like an SEO strategy in Amazon to get more people to discover your brand.
Yeah, early on there was definitely a profit motive, and when I'd make $100 in book royalties or $500 a month in book royalties, like that was significant to me at the time, and if I'm being honest, like it still is. Like it feels cool that somebody like bought they paid money for your thing, and that's cool. But what where I've seen the shift in Amazon is more of this search engine. It's more of this discovery platform where somebody is typing in your keyword into this, which I think is like the third or fourth largest search engine in the country traffic wise, and in striking difference from Google and YouTube, and maybe Facebook is the third one. It's a search engine for buyers. Like people are ready to spend money. They've got the one-click ordering. They've got their credit cards already programmed in. And so if they're searching for your keyword, are they going to find you? And for a long time, I didn't have any side hustle related books out there. And so, started out with repurposing some of the podcast content, started creating, you sense themes over doing certain episodes. And so that was the kind of thesis of the Buy Buttons book, which was in 2016.
Wait, so you took podcast transcripts and just rewrote them into a book? Is that what you're saying? Or did you just like use them as the feeder to write the book?
So it was kind of like the foundation of it.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. That's a smart thing to do, dude.
Especially for the first series that I put up a series called The Side Hustle Path. And I was already creating these podcast episode summaries as lead magnets anyways. I was like, well, and somebody was like, well, you don't have any side hustle books. Like you're the side hustle guy. It's like, well, I can solve that problem. Let me slap 10 of these together, intro, outro, some transition stuff, clean them up a little bit. And those did okay. But the more concerted efforts were like most recently, like I think last year I updated a book called just The Side Hustle, right? It's like very like keyword, like if somebody types in side hustle, I want them to find this book. It is permanently free on Amazon, which is you got to jump through a couple hoops to make that happen. Basically, they most of the time will honor a price match request. So you have to list it on another marketplace for free, and then write into support and say, hey, it's free over here. Would you mind price matching it? And then don't mess with it, because that's kind of what they did. And that's been, it generates 30, 40, 50 downloads a day at this point.
Jeez, that's crazy.
And not all, because it's Amazon's customer, it's not your customer. So you have to kind of give people a compelling reason to come check out your stuff. And so throughout the book is stories from the podcast. Hey, if you want to listen to the full interview, come over here. If you want to jump in the Facebook group, the water's warm. If you want to jump on the email list, I'll send you this thing. And so that's kind of this really evergreen lead magnet. I want to say it's over 300 reviews on Amazon. So it's like, it ranks very well consistently for that keyword. And then kind of like in the realm of like free entrepreneurship books, if somebody wants to drill down by category.
Yeah. And the cool thing about this is amazing, dude. I got to do this. And like, are these long books? They're not all long books, especially the short ones, right? They are the first ones.
The first ones were not. The first ones were probably sub 20,000 words, maybe 15,000 words.
What's Side Hustle? How big was it?
I want to guess probably in the 35,000 range.
That's still pretty reasonable to write. You know what I'm saying? And I love this strategy too, because like, it's not like a blog or even a pod. Like there's a barrier to entry to get these leads, right? Like you have to put the work in and jump through Amazon's hoops. So like if you put in the time and effort and energy to get in there, there's going to be less competition to rank for. Like there's going to be a top 10, there's going to be a thing to scroll, and just like there would be on a Google search. But not everybody's going to sit down and write a 30,000 word thing and put it online. And not everyone's going to put in the effort and the thought process to say, hey, the 30 people that downloaded this, I'm going to try to get 5 to 10 of them to click over and join my Facebook group or get on my email list. Now I got them. I've got actual people who downloaded a book and really are dedicated to maybe going down this rabbit hole with me.
Yeah, hopefully that's like, if we can get into this ecosystem with as little friction as possible. That's the thing. It's like, if the next guy down the list is a $10 book, like, okay, yeah, maybe they'll buy that one too. And that's fine. But hopefully by putting it free, it reduces that friction at the very early stages.